My first guest is someone who I'm not sure how she ended up in this position. Achi Ojany, CEC. She said, don't call me CEC. Youth County Minister, Arts, Culture, and Sports. Oh, and Tourism. Welcome, Achi.
Thank you.
How are
Thank
you?
Amina. I'm very well. Thank
Atin
you.
hade.
Adi Maber.
Oh, wow. Why are you
Yes.
just as bad as me?
Yeah. But,
No?
I'm learning. I'm
Yeah.
good, actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't this good in December when I started, but I am.
But
Yeah.
now you're better.
I'm better.
Achi, you left the UK to come to Kisumu.
I
That's
did.
quite a stretch.
It is a stretch.
How did
It
this
is.
happen?
Last year, I decided after 22 years of living in different countries that I would give it a shot. So that was what it was. And I was a business coach, and I was coming into Nairobi to coach businesses. And it was exciting. It wasn't even hard to break in. And along the journey, I got involved in public speaking as well. I started to teach leaders how to speak. So you might be running an organization, but no one has taught you how to talk, how to hold a conversation, how to put it together. So I started to interact in that space, and somebody said, get on to Engage, which I did, and that was great. And somewhere along the line, I joined the now Governor Anyang Nyong'o's campaign.
Yeah, and then you ended up, finding yourself in this position.
I
It's
am
been,
here.
how long has it been? A year now?
No, it's December, so
Okay,
about
so
10
not
months.
yet, not yet a year.
Not
So
yet.
starting off as a business coach, how do you end up now here? And then, how do you bring in your expertise to, the hub of Kisumu, arts and culture and sports?
Yeah, I think the essence of it is people have to make their hobbies or their preferred craft profitable. And this region in Kisumu is awash with talent in terms of the arts. So whether it's painters, sculptors, people in the fashion space, models, anybody, DJs, and everybody in the creative arts space, any genre. This is what they do really well in this region. So when I started my role, I wasn't struggling to find any of these people. And so I thought, it doesn't look like people are making money.
Yeah.
They're offering their skills, but they're not making money. So then as a business coach, I think to myself, okay, so how can I translate the platform that I have as a government officer and ensure that the public get a chance to interact with different organizations that can give them either funding or training. So that's what I try and do.
Yeah. Now, when I touched down, I told you this before. I don't know why, but it reminded me of Cape Town. Now, if you've ever been to Cape Town, I think Kisumu, is it heading to that direction, or am I wrong?
No, we're going places. I know for a fact that under this administration, the governor, Professor Anyang Nyong'o, wants to turn. What we've realized is Kisumu has its back to the lake. Because you can drive into Kisumu, leave, and never see the lake. So we want to turn it around, and we're working with a lot of organizations, the World Bank, etc., so that we can open up the lake, so that we are facing it, which is behind us now, and allow us to have a promenade, restaurants, shops, and roller skating parks and stuff like that you see in many of the cities around the world that are surrounding water. So that's what our vision is.
Now, I know you can't see it at home, but then the lake is behind us. I know, because it's dark, it's nighttime, you can't see it. But it is such a magnificent view. It is breathtaking.
It's beautiful.
So
from
now,
here.
talking about funding, the Youth Fund and KFCB are
Yes.
going to be funding a few projects.
Yes.
Let's talk about how the youth, will be benefiting from those projects.
Oh, yeah. So last Saturday, we were very privileged to host the Riverwood Awards, partnership with Riverwood Ensemble and the Kenya Film Classification Board. So this was the first county outside of Nairobi where they held it, and it was spectacular. So out of that collaboration, the guests that we had, one of them was Mr. Ronnie Osumba, who runs the Youth Fund. And of course, Ezekiel Mutua was here, who runs the Film Classification Board. And the challenge was put to them, how can the youth access funds? And these are the youth that are in the creative space, because that space hasn't had easy access to money. It's not easy to go to a bank, the classical commercial banks, and say, I'm an artist and I want to take a loan. But through the Youth Fund, you can do that. The Youth Fund gives loans from 500,000 to 2 million. So the two organizations are going to partner. We're waiting for them to come back with a proposal, which is for all the country, so that the artists, the people in this creative space, can access money, so that they can grow their craft and make it viable.
So those are the partnerships that you have thus far.
Yeah, those are some of them.
Yeah.
We've had various partnerships because over the last many months that we've been in office, since December, we've launched 2 airlines. We've launched the Silverstone that you said you took into the region. So they are flying out of Wilson Airport. And again, that brings in a lot more traffic. It's easier to catch the flights. Because the Kenya Airways and the Jumbos are full, and they've increased their frequency as well.
And I think Silverstone is now flying directly from Kisumu to Mombasa.
Absolutely. Lakeside to seaside, that's what we call it, which is brilliant. And it's only an hour and 20 minutes to cross the whole country. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the other day we launched the Safari Link airline as well out of Wilson Airport. So the traffic is coming in, and we're excited about that.
Now, some of the things that did bring traffic earlier on today, I don't know if you had a chance to watch a bit of it on NTV Sasa, but we had the cultural celebrations, Kisumu cultural celebrations going on at the Jomo Kenyatta sports grounds.
Yeah.
I got to see a snake.
Yeah.
A massive one.
Omieri is in town. So the background to this one is it's not a Kisumu cultural event. It's a national cultural event. We're hosting at the moment 31 counties. And they're all celebrating their art, their dance, their music. So it's held every 2 years. UNESCO sponsored it, and we bid, and we were very excited to partner with them. And then I thought to myself, so what's going to be the showstopper? And I thought maybe I can talk to the National Museums of Kenya and see whether they would allow us to have Omieri come back home.
Yeah.
So, and they did, which was fantastic. And so we have been seeing queues and queues of people coming to see the snake that died 31 years ago.
Imagine.
Beautifully preserved.
31 years ago, 31 counties.
No.
I like the... See the connection?
Yeah, I see.
All right. So now, the one thing that you think about when you come to Kisumu is, first of all, lazima kule samak. Sindio?
Rich.
Uende uone Lake Victoria. Other than that, you know, the people who are watching who probably have never been to Kisumu.
Yeah.
So tell me 5 things, Achi, as I put you on this. But yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
When you come.
5 things to do. Luangni Beach. Everyone goes there to have fresh fish.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. It's original, so it's expensive. That's how it goes. And it's amazing. You're just by the water. There's also Dunga Hill Camp, where you can go and sit and watch the sunset. It is amazing with the hippos there. And people tend to go on, and they have things like Sukuma Wiki pizzas and things like that. Yeah. All very cultural. And then we've got a beautiful...
Sukuma Wiki pizza.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's yummy. with bacon. I tell you. and it is delicious. It's divine, actually. And then we've got the Hippo Point. Yeah. And we've got beautiful hotels that have opened up as well in the region. We're recently showcasing the Siala Beach Hotel Resort that opened up. We've got the Grand Swiss. We've got this beautiful one, the Acacia. So there's stuff to do. And then there's a lot of shows every evening, starting Wednesdays through to Sundays, fashion shows, concerts. Again, I said, the arts are present in Kisumu. So there's that. There's film. One of the films Kisumu won the other day during the Riverwood Awards, the Cerudo. So there is stuff to do. There's a good, vibrant nightlife. That's for sure. And I think in general, sports is the other big ticket item that brings people in. We hosted Dallas Sevens a few weeks ago. In this administration, we launched the Kisumu All-Stars, which is playing in the National Super League. And we're trying to make the whole business of the arts and sports come alive. It sits in the Governor's Manifesto, nurturing sporting talent and nurturing the arts. So we're doing a lot around that as a government, trying to ensure that the sportsmen get attention in all sports, boxing, football, rugby. We're also trying, especially in this financial year, I'll be looking at getting into sports for women. I feel that they're doing a lot but not getting the status that it deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, under the Nation Media Group conglomerate, we today released on Business Daily top 40 under 40 women, and you know, just women doing incredible stuff around the world, whether it's in IT or in business or in communication or in PR or even in charity. A lot of people very philanthropic. Now, politics is very male dominated, especially here in Kisumu, and that intimidates a lot of women, but not you. What do you tell the ones who are watching right now?
And actually, politics in Kenya is, I think politics in general is male dominated. It is extremely male dominated. Well, I say to the ladies, the fabulous ladies of Kenya, join the conversation. Yeah. That's it. I joined last year. I joined Professor Nyang' Nyong'o's campaign. There were no women. And then slowly I started to see a lot more in Kisumu than I did in Nairobi. And when it was time to join government, I hesitated. I thought, well, I don't know if that's my plan.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, if I don't do it, then, we're never going to get this gender equality thing, and women will always feel left behind. But yeah, certainly, you've got to be aggressive, but you don't have to be untidy about it, You just go for it. And believe in the vision of the leader. If you get locked into their vision, you can do it.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Achi.
you.
Achi Ojany, a fantastic life coach, by the way. This one, I think, just came about, but she's fantastic at what she does. She is the County Minister for Arts and Culture, Tourism, and Sports. That's quite a lot.